Welcome to the Andrea Bryant Show. Sit back, relax, buckle up, and enjoy the Andrea Bryant Show. Hello, and welcome back to part 2 episode of the Andrea Bryant Show with Dr. Sherice Nicole. Y'all, we're going to welcome Dr. Sherice Nicole back to the show. She gracefully said, hey, I will come back to the show to do a part 2. So we accepted, and here she is. Welcome, Dr. Sherice Nicole, back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so when we left off,
we're just going to dive into
we're going to dive into it. We're not shucking and jiving around here. Yeah. We're going to dive right into it. So we left off with comparing bodies, what you have, what somebody else have on.
Yes.
And something that you may want to wear, but I mean, you don't need to be in it. Talk to us a little bit about comparing. help us out.
So you know what? I'll say this. Comparison it's a deadly weapon. Yeah. And it can be a weapon of mass destruction.
Yes.
It can really destroy your confidence. It can destroy your self-esteem. It can destroy your mindset. It can destroy how you show up. It is a weapon of mass destruction.
Right.
And for those of you that struggle with comparison, let me say this before I even dive into that. There are many, there's a deliverance that has to take place. Like you really have to really have to develop strategies and skills and techniques to really help combat comparison, because it is a serious thing. I know because I struggle with it.
Okay.
And there's a book called Killing Comparisons.
Oh,
by,
yes.
Mona. Oh man, I can't think of her last name.
Book.
Mona Davis. Mona. By her name, Mona. If you type in Killing Comparison, it's going to come up. First name is Mona. I can't think of her last name, but guys, that book is absolutely amazing. And then she has another one coming out, a part 2, also on comparison. So I believe it will definitely do the trick for you if that's something you struggle with. But as a wardrobe stylist, and that's someone that is always, because as she mentioned, I'm a moderator and I'm a speaker, guys, and I host events and I moderate and I do speaking engagements. I've spoken all around the world to be in South Africa, West Africa, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Yeah. So I've been around, and you'll find yourself when you're exposed to different things, comparing your body type, comparing your voice, comparing your speech, meaning like the speech that you actually gave, comparing what you have on. And I think when I'm working with a client, let me say this, I don't think I know, when I'm working with a client and they say, hey, what she has on, I want. Okay, let's dive into that. What she has on, I want. There's nothing wrong with that. Because when they made one look, they made 15,000 other ones. When they made one shirt, they made 15,000 other shirts. Right. Which means it's going to be 15,000 other people with the same shirt on.
That part.
Okay. That's just how it is. But guess what? That person is not you and you're not them. Right. And the way that they wear something is not how you're going to wear it, because everyone has a unique style. And so when I'm working with that client, my client may like that shirt, but they may be more of a boho, may have like more of a boho type style or more safari type style. And so while the shirt may be sequins, we may throw it on with some wide leg, zebra gachos. You see what I'm saying? Yes. To bring out her safari style, and then take the zebra gachos, throw on a maybe a tiger wide stripe crop top.
Okay, she giving y'all an outfit.
You see what I'm saying? Where it's still her, and then somewhere in there we'll throw in some cheetah. And you may say, man, that's a lot of texture, but that's the client's unique style. She loves texture. She loves prints. And so while, again, we're looking at what somebody else is wearing and we're comparing, their style is different from yours. Now, in terms of bodies, that's a self-esteem thing.
Yes, it is.
And that's based on social norms that have been put into place in society that tells us, that gives a beauty standard that that forces us to compare. And unfortunately, you really have to program yourself to be okay with how you were made. Let me tell you something. When you start comparing how you were made and start feeling like someone else has something greater than you have, or you want what they want, you're then telling your creator that how he made you was not good enough.
I hear you.
And that is a form of idolatry, because you're worshiping what, or idolizing what the creator made versus the creator himself.
Right.
And if you can wrap that around your mind and realize how ungrateful that is, that's so ungrateful. And then begin to tap into the unique thing about how he made you, you'll find that what's for that person is really for them. And what's for you is really for you.
Yes.
And that'll help you combat. It won't slow it down, guys, because there are certain things we wrestle with. It comes and it goes. But it will definitely help you manage your emotions a lot better, and your decision making when it comes to comparing.
I feel like I'm sitting on a couch getting some counseling, some therapy right now.
Yeah, because some of that stuff's not going to go away.
Right, that's
some
powerful.
of that stuff is going to always be someone that you feel is more prettier, or has more of a Coke bottle shape,
Right.
or speak better than you do, or walk better than you do, feel smarter than you. But when you can identify the thing that you have, this is why it's important to know purpose. I know we're shifting from fashion
That's
here,
okay.
but
Come on.
this is why it's important to know purpose, because when you know your purpose, you can't be moved. And when you know your purpose, the comparison component goes out of the window, and the posture that you now take is, man, how can I connect with them?
Yes.
Because what they have is going to make what I'm doing so much better. Okay? And if you're not careful to manage that comparison, you'll also find yourself indulging in jealousy, enviousness. And so you'll stunt your own growth, because maybe what you're being shown in someone that they do well, that's somebody you need to partner with.
Yes.
Maybe that they have something that you need.
Right.
And instead of you comparing or feeling some type
Yes.
of way about that, as people, as the kids say, feeling some kind of way.
Yes.
You may want to say, how can they benefit from what I have, and how can I benefit from what they have? And if many of us took that mindset, a lot of us have a mighty strong network of people
Yes.
to help us do life and do purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Yeah.
It was powerful, meaningful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
We needed to go there.
Yeah.
You needed to go there. You needed to share that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because so many people just not embracing who they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are beautifully,
wonderfully
wonderfully
made.
made.
Yes. Yes.
So we all have to embrace all of us.
Yes.
And we have to find that one or two, or
Yes.
maybe three sometime, assets that we have
Yes.
that can actually make us stand out in the crowd.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, wow, you.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to really do it, y'all.
Yes.
If the creator was so intentional that he gave you your own unique fingerprint, why would he leave out your own unique purpose, your own unique asset? I
Right.
think all of us have that. And just because someone can do what you do, your personality and flair is not theirs.
Yes.
There are a lot of wardrobe stylists in this world. There are a lot of fashion influencers. Tons of them were lined up at New York Fashion Week. But how I show up and how they show up, we are not the same.
Right.
And I'm not going to compare and rate you 1 to 10 and me 1 to 10, because fashion is creativity.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It is art. Okay. And so who am I to say that your level of creativity and art doesn't speak to someone? It may not speak to me, but there is someone, how you style, how you create, your intellectual property, how you paint someone's canvas body when you style them.
Yes.
There is someone that identifies with that. And they'll have you over me, or they'll have me over you
Right.
in terms of our services. And so I think if we're okay with that uniqueness and staying in our lane and staying consistent.
Yes, that part.
Staying consistent. Because nowadays we judge our success by numbers.
Yes.
on social media. We judge our success by how many followers we have. We judge our success by how many views we have. And listen, I've been there. I've waken up many mornings and went straight to my phone sometimes and looked at views until God told me, never, don't do it again.
Okay.
Don't do it again. When you wake up, you give me thanks, you give me glory. And
Yes.
I will do, not the algorithm, not Instagram, not Facebook algorithm, all those people standing behind the cameras and deciding the computer and deciding where your content go, or the AI robot. God is so strategic. He'll fix the AI robot to send your content where he wants it to go. He'll touch the person behind the computer and say, okay, click that name, and then send it to 1 million people.
Yes.
Because that's the God that's the God I serve. That's the
yes.
God that you serve.
Yes.
And I'm saying that to say, if you give your gift back to the one who gave it to you and work it according to his plan, his principles, according to just where you got to study your word to understand this, then in due time, if you faint not, you will reap a harvest according to your faith and according to the hard work and the consistency and dedication you put into it. God will reward you. And God is not a man that he should lie.
I feel like I want to go ahead and bring the praise team in.
If you want to submit an offering, money sign.
Yes. Girl, the cup will runneth over with offerings. Just the gems, the valuable information that you are sharing is just, it's priceless.
Thank you.
It's priceless. And I appreciate you sharing it with everybody, because I need it. Y'all need it. Even if you don't think you need it, you need it.
You need it. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my. Well, let's talk about the makeup and hair when you're putting your style together.
Yeah.
How serious is it? How important is it?
You know, it's serious business, okay? Because a lot of us use, I'm going to start with makeup, because we use makeup to cover imperfections, all right? And while it does that temporarily,
right?
Makeup is still equally as important as it relates to like the style, right? But I'm going to tell you this. It don't matter how beat your face is. And I mean, that girl could beat your face. That makeup artist could have beat your face to the gods. Okay, do you understand me? If your attitude is stink, okay, and you don't know how to treat people, and I'm gonna take it a step further. If you don't take care of your skin, I had a lady on the Let's Get Dressed Live. Stephanie, shout out to makeup artist and celebrity makeup artist Stephanie Smith. Guys, go follow her too. SS Pro Artist, I believe is what she is on Instagram. She made a valuable point. It doesn't matter how much we cover up those imperfections too, if your spirit ain't right, but two, if your skin, if you don't take care of your skin.
She mentioned that. She sure did.
And I know you guys are saying, what does that have anything to do with fashion? It has a lot to do with it. Do you understand? If your personality, let's just talk about that. Okay. If your personality is so radiant and there's such a light on you, you can walk in the room with a plain black dress and shut the room down. Because there's an aura, there's something about you that make people say, all of that is fly. And you just saying, man, all I did was put on a black dress and some gold accessories, and you know, I'm looking like lady from the Addams Family. What's
Tisha? No, not Tisha.
Morticia. I'm looking like Morticia. You know, coming up in here and still shut the room down, because at the end of the day, fashion is inside out.
Yes.
It is not if you look good, you feel good. It's if you feel good, you look good. And so, again, when inside out, your skin, what are you eating?
Right.
What are you putting in your body? Are you drinking water? What products are you using? Are you going to see an esthetician? And listen, if you can't do that financially, then develop some kind of routine. Right. Where you're cleaning your face. If you're working and you do have health insurance, schedule you an appointment with the dermatologist. They can recommend some things for you over the counter, where you don't have to guess utilize the health insurance and go see someone again if it's within your means. And other than that, if you're not unable to do that, then you find something that works. There's tons of information out there from the College of Dermatology, from that particular board certification. You can go and look those things up online. Okay, that's what I recommend for you in terms of that. And then in terms of makeup, I'm not a makeup artist, so find you one that also specializes in making sure that your skin is taken care of during your application process.
Right.
That I'm going to recommend.
Okay.
Now, hair is super important when it comes to fashion.
Okay.
Because right now I am wearing hair by Dose Beauty.
Okay.
Dose Beauty, I'm a brand ambassador for. It is a Black-owned business. The lady is local, but she is broadening her reach.
Okay.
And she sells raw extensions.
Okay.
Yes, excuse me. She sells raw extensions. And so these are raw Cambodian extensions. I am wearing a 2 30s, a 28-inch, and a 26-inch.
Okay.
Okay. And that is a part of, me being a brand ambassador. Now, of course, I can take this hair and cut it many different ways, but there's no expiration date. Many things about this hair. It's beautiful hair.
It's beautiful.
And so this hair right now serves as an everyday look for me. Okay. But I also know how to style my hair. I know how to put it in curls. I know how to do one curls. I know how to do crimps. All of that is important based on the style. For instance, because I'm wearing this hair, I love sequins, but I'm not able to wear sequins like that because the hair snags in the sequins. Okay, a sequence top. I can do a sequence bottom, but not a sequence top.
Right.
And so with that being said, if I'm styling someone, I'm going to recommend a bob or shortcut. I'm not going to recommend a ponytail. I'm going to say put your hair up so the sequence shows. If someone is wearing a backless dress, but they want to be modest, I may recommend let's go long for the back, because that silhouette when you turn to the back, or I may say pull it up so we can see all the back, honey, especially if you have a very nice back and you're someone that works out and have toned it really well. If you're wearing something off the shoulder, you can go long, you can go short, you can pull it up. If you're wearing something with a lot of patterns on it, we may play with that, because I may say pull your hair up, but let's do a ponytail, and then let's do some beach waves in the ponytail, not straight. And if you're wearing something with clean lines, like it's the outfit is just very clean. Maybe it's an all white silk, maybe off the shoulder, on one shoulder. The pants are very flowy. It's very clean. Very like maybe organza, something like that, then it's also going to be a very clean look. Blunt bob. We may do blunt bob. We may do blunt bob not coming towards your face, but everything pulled behind your ear. We may take all your hair and brush it all to the back and mold it to where it's a straight back look and it's just showing bare face, especially if your skin is beautiful. So we play around with all the assets.
Wow.
We play around with all the assets. And so hair is super important. So, yeah.
I love that. Hair, wow. I didn't realize how important hair hair is.
Especially in the Black community.
Yeah.
That's important to us, honey.
Listen, I didn't realize how, because I tried to wear a wig one time.
Yeah, me too, honey. And
one
it looked
time,
like a wig.
I snatched that thing off, and in the trash it went because I said, this is not me.
Yeah.
But hair is very important. What advice would you give to ladies to help them find their style?
You know what? Finding your style is gonna be really sometimes based off your lifestyle. You know what I mean? And I want to challenge my ladies that work from home, because when you work from home, you really struggle with putting on clothes.
Correct.
Yeah. So you have you'll find yourself with a lot of tops. Ladies that I know work from home, they have lot of tops, barely any bottoms, because they're dressed from the waist up. And they have a lot of lounge clothes from COVID that they're still holding on to, because that's 3 years ago, 4 years ago. People still have those items. And so it's going to be based on your lifestyle, but sometimes your lifestyle can limit that style, your style. And so you really have to plan. You really have to plan your fashion. You really do have to plan your looks. So I have a friend of mine, she plans her looks for the weekend because she works from home.
Okay.
So she buys, everything that she buys is for her weekend looks.
Okay.
Okay. But ladies, I want to touch on something that I think is as equally as important that we don't focus on, but it is something that you should. And that's
What's that?
lingerie.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a part
yeah.
of fashion.
Yes.
That's a part of fashion.
I agree.
And I know you ladies are going to say, what, Sherice? It
I
is.
agree.
It is. I'm going to tell you why. Some of that lingerie that you buy can be used as layering pieces. So you may have a teddy that you love to wear around the house. That teddy, though sexy, can also be worn under a suit.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be worn under a suit, especially if you a double-breasted suit where you're going to close it up, nobody can see it, but it has the color that you need. Sometimes you don't always want to do a collar shirt depending on the setting that you're going into.
Right.
And you can kind of play around and be a little risky. That helps. Sometimes those thigh-high stockings that come with some of those sets, they really do help, especially if you're going out on a date, maybe with your husband, you
Right.
want to show your legs. Or not show your legs, but have it on after the fact, But you want to think about those things because some will say, why invest in that? You should.
Yeah.
Because again, it's a layering piece. All items that you have in your closet can be utilized to help you with your style. That's the bottom line. From hats to bracelets to rings, down to your bras, guys.
Right.
And you're saying, bras, Sherice, I don't want my bra showing. Listen, some outfits you wear, it is so beautiful. And some of them is a sheer piece, but maybe it's a black sheer piece and you have a black bra or something like that. You'll need that. Or a black bralette or black corset. All those things play a part in finding your unique style. I'll say draw inspiration too.
Okay. Okay.
Draw you some inspiration. I am a big 30s, 40s era kind of girl. Back then they wore, everything was coutoured and, shaped to them and very classy, very elegant. That's me. Okay. In terms of my style. And it spills over with my clients too. Okay. So there's always going to be some type of I'm going to incorporate that type of style in there some kind of way. That's my unique signature when they'll know, oh, Sherice must have styled you.
Right.
That kind of thing. They all don't look the same, but when you, prime example, when you see certain celebrities, you say Jay Bolin did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's his flair. It don't look the same. It's different from anybody else, but
Right.
Jay did that. When you see certain people or watch certain music videos,
Right.
if you draw inspiration from that, you'll say Colin did that. Colin Carter did that, which is Cardi B's wardrobe stylist, and many other people too. But for those that know Cardi B, and I'm saying that to say, draw your inspiration, in finding your style, and don't be afraid to play with colors, patterns. If maybe you are a maxi girl, bring that skirt up a little bit, This is a maxi skirt, but I went risky with it and put a split on. There's a split there, and I got it from LA Liske, one of my favorite brands that I love to shop. So that is also a way to find your style.
Well, how did you get into fashion? What made you want to get into fashion, start being a wardrobe styler? What made you want to do this?
Well, you know what? I started fashion when I was younger because I would style like my Barbie dolls because I grew up with men in the house. I had 2 older brothers, and they not finna come in and play with Barbie dolls and baby dolls with me. And because of that, which led to me writing my book, The My Dearest Bestie, Unbreakable Bond, stories of the Unbreakable Bond, tales of the Unbreakable Bond of friendships. But that led to me writing that, also not having those friends in my life.
Okay.
But as I did acquire friends, because I made myself friendly. You want friends, you show yourself friendly, right?
That's right.
I noticed I would style them.
Okay.
I would style them. I would go to their house and go through their closet and say, oh, wear this or wear that. And I never forget my first year at FAM in the pharmacy program, one of my good friends, matter of fact, the owner of this hair brand, she, it was her birthday. And so she came to the house to go out, and I never forget this white baby doll dress and some wedges. And I was like, girl, where you going? What are you wearing? Like, that is not it for a birthday. So, honey, I went to my closet and I was like, this is the look. So then I put her on this, back then, fitted dresses had to be ombre. Ombre was like the thing back then for a midi contour type dress. So I found this pink and purple ombre dress, and I had these cute purple shoes and this this necklace that had like chains and stuff on it, honey. Nevertheless, sis looked like she was going, no, I'm telling the story. I put her in this Gianni Beanie dress that I had. It was black and silver, one shoulder.
Oh, I bet you that was sexy.
it was very sexy on her, and she's curvy and busty and all the things, all the things. And I put on some silver shoes, and she already had curls in her hair. Nevertheless, honey, she was twirling and shining and glittering. It was giving birthday. But I've done that for years.
Wow.
I did it as a child. I did it in my 20s. Even now, one of my good friends, my best friend, she is like my curvy girl muse. You know, if I see something, like I once I learn your body type, it's over. It's up from there.
Okay.
It's up from
Okay.
there. I'll see something and say, grab this, and grab it today before it's gone. If you're able to, grab it. You understand?
Right.
Because at some point when I'm styling you, if you're someone I'm constantly styling, we're going to utilize that piece. And I need you to have it readily available, because I'm on the prowl to search for
Right.
something that's going to make that whole look cohesive.
I'm glad
bring it
you
together.
mentioned that,
Yeah.
because my next question was going to be kind of talk about, have you had a difficult time styling a person maybe that, you know, we have different body types, Coke bottle, you have pear shape, you have, you know, look like a bag of nickel shape, you have, you know, you have all different kind of shapes. What type of challenges have you had, and how did you
Yeah.
overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge that I had, two, and they're gonna be on both ends of the spectrum. Very, very slender women.
Okay. Okay.
It can be a challenge to style them. Yeah. When they're very straight up and down.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be a challenge because you don't want the clothes to drown them out.
Correct,
And
right.
sometimes you don't want the clothes to also show the stick figure.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, some women are okay with that, but there are some that really struggle with the fact that they're that small.
Okay.
And so identifying ways to style them to where they're comfortable, but it also looks very nice on them.
Okay.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, some of my curvy girls, my plus curvy girls, because let me say this, every woman, curvy goes from 0 up. So let's not, you know, when I say curvy, that's not a big girl 14 plus. That's not what that is. Every girl is curvy. Okay, if I look at you and your body curves out at the bust line, goes in at the waist, and curves out at the hips, honey, you're curvy. Okay, are they not curves?
You're right, they
Those
are curves.
Okay, so I think we've taken that term and we've misused it and only stigmatized it towards a certain clothing size or a
Right.
certain size woman, but all women are curvy. But I'm talking about my plus size curvy girls. When they have that big fupa at the bottom, when
Okay.
they've lost weight and it hangs, that's a challenge for me.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a challenge because there are things we can get to pull it up. There
Okay.
are things we can get to smooth that out. But it's not a challenge where I can't style them.
Okay.
It's a challenge because they're very self-conscious in that area.
Oh.
So
I got
that
you.
creates the difficulty for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and it makes me uncomfortable in styling them.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
And so, and in that case, that's where I get my team.
All right.
Yeah. It's not a one-man show.
Okay, I
Because
love
I don't
it.
know it all, you know. I don't know it all. And sometimes I will have to pull in some of my curvy wardrobe stylists.
Okay.
And say, hey, I'm needing help in this area because they may deal with more women. They may style more women on the curvy side.
Right.
And so they know what is available out there to help bring that area in.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
I believe it's giving you the win that you want out of hiring me or utilizing my services. It involves a collaborative effort.
Yes.
It's not a one-man show. It's not me telling you what to do and you do as I say. Sometimes we do have to pull people in, and we do have to work on that confidence. We do have to try again. Sometimes it is a total failure. Sometimes we put a look together and both of us are like, absolutely not. And so it's the being open-minded and being willing to take the feedback.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Yeah, being willing to take the feedback. And so for me, because I don't know it all, and that's when I realized I needed to get some help.
Okay.
So when I was styling that lady, that particular young lady, shout out to her. And by the way, I won't mention her, but her look was fabulous.
Oh, wow.
It was fabulous. It was used on cover of a magazine. It was used on her album cover. It came out really well.
Oh, that's
awesome. That was one of my looks. I would say I was proud of that.
Beautiful ending to a story.
Something that started out really rocky. I was confused. I was scared. I didn't know how I was going to do it. Yeah.
And it turned out nice.
I mean, she was, I mean, wonderful. We had custom hats made. We took material and had stuff added, y'all. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Well, right now we're getting ready to wrap the show up.
Yes.
I know you have some ebooks.
I do.
Tell the viewers tell the viewers the type of ebooks that you have.
Yes.
And how they can actually purchase your ebooks.
Sure. So, of course, you guys know I'm an author, and I do have books on relationship. My friendship book, I want to say this first, is not just for friendships. It's all kind of relationships.
Okay.
And I think, I'm going to say this, I was married, divorced, and am looking to be married again. I didn't want to be, guys, because see, look at how you change and evolve. I didn't want to get married again, but now I do. I want to be married again, and I want to be led.
Okay.
No, let me go back. I want to allow someone to lead me.
Okay.
Big difference.
Okay.
I want to be led, and I want to allow someone to lead me. And sometimes we don't always have friendships with our spouses. Check out the book.
All right.
It may help you to develop that friendship that you would like to gain with your spouse. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
It's not an ebook, but you can purchase it off of all of the platforms where books can be purchased. BAM, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Thrifty Books, wherever. If you Google My Dearest Bestie, Sherice Nicole or Sherice Heck Newberry, which is my legal name, of course, of my author's name, the book will come up.
Okay.
Now for my ebooks.
Yes.
I have a couple ebooks out, an audio ebook that I recorded with my own voice, and you can also rent that. You can rent it and or buy it at at learn.shericenicole.com.
Okay.
Yeah. And there I have another ebook called The Foundation of Style.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's an ebook and a audio book.
Yes.
So you can again rent the audio book and also purchase the ebook. It's the same thing, but just one is in my voice and the other is not.
Okay.
And then all the chapters of my book, The My Dearest Bestie, I've broken down into ebooks.
Oh, awesome.
So you can, if you don't want to buy the entire book, you can buy it by chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
maybe
sense.
a certain chapter resonates with you. Maybe you want to learn about trust in friendship or grace in friendship or reciprocity or playing the villain in friendships or the victim. You can just read that particular chapter.
Oh,
Yeah. At learn.shericenicole.com.
Okay, thank you so much, Sherice. Now, one other thing, I know some of you may have not watched part 1. I need you to go back and watch part 1.
Yeah.
Tell them again, Sherice, we have Get Dressed with
Let's
Sherice
Get Dressed
Nicole.
with
Let's
Sherice
Get
Nicole.
Dressed.
Yeah, let's get dressed and have a really it's Let's Get Dressed. At the bottom it says, and let's have a conversation. So that's really the title. That's a group on Facebook, guys. Make sure you go out there. Of course, I'll have to approve you. It's mainly for women, but it's Let's Get Dressed with Sherice Nicole or Let's Get Dressed and have a conversation. So make sure you guys tap in.
Tell them about the VIP.
VIP is also an option every Monday when we go live. We have a special guest. We just had fashion influencer Chi. I don't know if you follow her.
Which was amazing.
Her name is
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
I am Chi, a major fashion influencer. Just came back from Fashion Week and dropped some gems on identifying your unique style. And then we have people that come on, still heavy hitters, for the general admission that airs at 7:30. So VIP is at 6:45. General admission is at 7:30. VIP is via Zoom and Zoom private link invite only.
Okay.
Because that is one that you do pay for.
And it's worth the money.
It is. And the general admission is live 7:30 within the Facebook group or YouTube for those that don't have Facebook. YouTube at Sherice Nicole Speaks.
Thank you so much. And Sherice, one more thing before we go. What advice would you give to a lady out there that is struggling with confidence, struggling with being her, struggling with embracing her? What would you say to that lady?
Change your environment. Yeah. Ooh. Your environment has a lot to do with, and I'm saying external environment and your inward environment. Okay. 1, get a coach. 2, increase your prayer and worship time. That's what's in me. So that's what helped me. So I can only tell you what I know what helped me.
Right.
Prayer and worship time, get a coach, change the people you are around. Get around people that don't mind lifting you up.
That part.
Yeah, because sometimes you are around people that will see that you are doing better or excelling and won't even compliment you. Won't even make light of your accomplishment. So, get around people that don't mind lifting you up, and helping you to see what's in you.
Yes.
Helping you to cultivate and develop what's in you. And if you do those things, I guarantee you'll see transformation.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you so
You're
much.
Welcome.
Y'all, it has been just a pleasure having this conversation with Dr. Sherice Nicole Speaks.
Yeah.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming on to the show.
You're welcome.
And I know I have picked up some gems.
Good.
From the GOAT herself. I know that you have picked up some gems. I need for you all to share part 1 and part 2. All right? Because we're getting everything. She's actually teaching us. She's mentoring to us. She's coaching us. So tune in for the next episode of the Andrea Bryant Show. And I'll always throw you a curveball.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching. Tune in to next week's episode. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.